Does it really bother you if people on benefits go on holiday? Is that what we're seriously saying now? That people on benefits should not be allowed some time in the sunshine to have a little drink and have a little party? Let's talk to Katie Hopkins, who's written a column in The Sun today criticising YD. Katie Hopkins, good afternoon to you. Welcome back to BBC Radio Wales.
Good afternoon.
So for those people who don't read The Sun, I'm going to tell the people what you've said. This is an excerpt from your column today. Katie Hopkins wrote, White D was on the P, taking the P. Boy, can that woman multitask. We know you aren't depressed, D. You aren't whiter than white, and the taxpayer will have the last laugh. You say the mother of all bingo wings is having her benefits stripped. Why can't White D go out there and have a drink like the rest of us?
She is the mother of all bingo wings. Actually, someone out there has done White D with my face on, and actually, I don't look great with bingo wings. It's not a look I want to have. But no, White D should not be going on holiday. People that are on benefits should not be going on holiday abroad to places that working people who are working hard, saving hard, paying their taxes can't afford to go. Why should the state, why should the taxpayer pay for people to have a holiday when their life is one big holiday anyway?
Do you honestly think it's a holiday for people on benefits? Really? Seriously?
Life is a holiday on benefits. Believe me, if you have no work, if you have no employment, what is it, tell me, you are doing with your life? Apart from watching Jeremy Kyle or daytime television, how are you occupying your days? Because it can't be very productively. You know, I see people that really want to graft. I see them out there collecting scrap metal, offering to come and do something to your garden, offering to do jobs just to get a bit of cash. You know, I see those people. They're the grafters. They're the people I support. I support people that read fantastic newspapers like The Sun, but I do not support people who want to sit back on their overly large bottoms and take taxpayers' money. And I notice that they do tend to have, like White D, overly large bottoms as well, so they're clearly not short of a bob or two for food.
Ever been on benefits, Katie?
Oh, my word. No. And I've never been on benefits, nor would I ever take benefits. And even if I were to be hit by unemployment, some kind of terrible thing would happen, I wasn't being paid for any of the work that I do, I would find a way to make money. I would find a way to pay for my family and care for them. And I would never ask another person in this country to pay for decisions I have made. I think that's utterly morally repugnant and entirely wrong.
But Katie, I mean, this woman obviously has a problem. She says she's depressed. So surely a week or two in the sun will help out.
The woman has a problem. Yeah, she's got a problem, all right, and it might be in the mental region, but she certainly isn't depressed. Last time I saw Dee, she was gorging herself on a buffet that someone from television studios had provided for her in order for her to appear on a TV show. Right now she's being, I would suggest, allegedly paid to promote Carnage Magaluf, where for 4 hours you can drink as many shots as you like. She's got a whacking great sunburn all down her bingo wings, which frankly is disgusting, and we're seeing pictures of her laughing. And to me, you know what? She's laughing at the taxpayer. She's laughing at you when you're on your train at 6 a.m. commuting. She's laughing at you as you're wondering whether you can afford to get a coffee at lunchtime or not. She's laughing in the faces of the people that are supporting her. And I say, no, White D, no more. Get your ass back here. And also, when you do get back here, you ain't going to be on the benefits that you used to be on.
Let's go to Nick. Hello, Nick.
Hello, Jason.
How are you? Yeah, good. Thank you very much indeed. Just been told off. Opinion?
Well, for your job, perhaps, to get told off now and then. Never mind.
Anyway, so what do you think? Let's go back to White D then, our TV star.
Well, I mean, I don't know much about the specifics of White D, but what I was going to say was that Katie Hopkins is very keen to criticise people on benefits, having holidays and so on. I mean, my first point is that if you are on a job seeker's allowance, as soon as you, if you're on holiday, as soon as you miss your signing day, that's it. Your benefits stop, and it's very hard for you to then sign on again and get the benefits that you're entitled to. But I'd also like to say, really, you know, Katie's so keen to criticise people on benefits and pit them against what she calls hard-working people, but I don't hear very much from Katie at all about helping those hard-working people who are having to put up with things these days like 0 hours contracts, a minimum wage set at a very low level. I mean, many of those people just can't afford holidays, that's true, but they are often the same people who, in a few weeks' time, a few months' time might be benefit claimants because they're on short-term contracts. So I'd like to hear more from Katie supporting the hard-working people who she likes to pit against those who are on benefits.
Do you think that there's a media agenda? This is a question I put to Holly Coombs, our writer and broadcaster, who we invited on the programme. Do you think there's a media agenda, there's a movement in this country? Because it appears that we are all obsessed with talking about benefits and benefit cheats and people like White D.
Well, I think there is an agenda in some sections of the media, yes, and it's certainly part of the current government agenda to squeeze people on benefits. There is a media agenda, and I think Katie Hopkins is a sort of willing servant of that agenda, if you like, trying to whip up a sort of hatred almost and scapegoating of people on benefits, which simply allows or helps the government then to ride roughshod.
Yeah, but in fairness, though, but in fairness, Nick,
the sort of people that Katie refers to as hard-working people.
But in fairness, though, Nick, I bet there are lots of people who will contact this programme and maybe not say it in the way that Katie Hopkins has said her piece today on radio, and also the language that she used in the paper today, in the Sun newspaper, where she said she's taking the P and she's been on the P. But there will be people who say, fair play to Katie Hopkins for speaking her mind. I mean, maybe what I should have done is, after Tony and Barry, I should have maybe asked you what you thought of Tony and Barry's assessment of this situation, because he came on this radio station to not talk about White D, but he came up with that usual tired old argument of they're coming here, they're nicking our jobs, they're living 8 in a flat above a shop in whatever, and they're ripping the state off. I mean, that's a tired old argument, isn't it?
Well, it is a tired old argument, and it's part of the same agenda, I think, really, of finding scapegoats for the government's agenda. The government's agenda is to attack the poorest and weakest people in society, rather than the people whose whole life is pretty much a holiday, the tax dodgers, the people at the top of the big corporations and so on. These are the people that are in favour in terms of this government's agenda at the moment. And I think what the caller Tony, his kind of tone, is part of the same agenda, part of the same bandwagon that Katie Hopkins has jumped onto.
Yeah, okay. Nice to talk to you, Nick. Thank you very much.